Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Zoe and it's been a very long time. I've been moving, work has been getting in the way, but we're finally back, and what way to get into it again better than with a project pan video. So I'm going to share with you what I actually panned already this year and what I'm planning on panning, because I have a goal. And what is that goal, you might ask? Well, in about 1.5 months, is it? No, in 2 months, a little bit over 2 months, I'm gonna go on a shopping spree day long, and I'm actually gonna go to a place where there's also a Sephora. Now, if you don't know, I live in the Netherlands and there is no Sephora's here. There's Sephora's in Germany and in France. So I'm actually gonna go to a Sephora in France, whatever you want to call it. And I kind of want to see how much I can use up to kind of decide my budget when I'm there. I'm not going to only shop at Sephora. There are other places to get makeup, but okay, let's stop rambling. Let's get into it, because I first want to talk about all the products I already used up very quickly, and then get into the products that I have in my project pan currently, which I'm also wearing on my face. So be patient for that. Let's try and do it in order I put makeup on. So we have the RMS Beauty Mini Primer. This is now used up. I did like it. I'm not going to repurchase it because it's fragrance, and I only found out after using it a couple of times because it didn't say on a bottle. But I'm allergic to fragrance. I can have it in my lip products, sometimes in my cheek products, but I can't wear them too often in a row. I can't have them in base products. So that's it. Then I have some cream, contour, and blush. Now this is a weird thing. So I bought this cream contour stick from Kiko, and I was like, oh, love the bronzing side. Completely used it up, as you can see, because it's fully twisted up. Then I started using the highlighter side. This side is actually fragranced, and not a little. So I can't use this because it made me have red patches all over my face. So for me, I'm gonna consider this used up. I normally don't do that when it's like half a product, but I'm gonna consider this used up because I can't use the second half up. So the second product, I also have this mini, well, it's not, is it a mini? It has 5 milliliters in it, which is pretty decent blush size. This is a Max Amore blush, cream blusher. This was from the dollar store, and this is how empty it looks like. It's a beautiful shade. I have a lot of blushes though, and I'm excited to try a lot of new blushes, so I won't be purchasing that either. The Kiko bronzer was really nice though. Then we have a NYX HD finishing powder. I use one or two of these up a year together with the other powder that I use up very, very often, and that's going to be in my current project pan. Love this a lot. It's in the shade Banana. Staple. I have already repurchased that, so. This is the e.l.f. bronzer in Sunkissed. Well, it took me like years to use this up, but I'm finally there. Would I repurchase this again? If I was had to have a bronzer and that was the first one I saw and one of the only ones that was available to me, yes, for sure. Would I go out and repurchase it right now? Not so much, because I have other bronzers I can use, but it's not that that one isn't good. Then we have the Miss Lynn Treat Me Sweet powder blush. The last very bit of this exploded on me, hence why it's like everywhere here in the little fold of the packaging. But this, it was okay. Nothing to write home about. I think it's supposed to be a dupe for the, what is that brand called that does the Mary Lou Luminizer? The Balm. I always want to say Benefit, but it's the Balm. So I think that's supposed to be a dupe for that, but and then we have this super old brow kit that I bought like a lot of, and then the brand, it was NYC. It went out of business, so that was the last one I still had to use up. Not repurchasing that, obviously, because one, you can't get it, and two, I want to get things that you can actually get. Then we have the e.l.f. What are you called? Love Triangle Lip Filler Liner in the shade mauve. I used this up quite a bit, and then while moving, it got totally like, I don't know, like it's not in the cap, but it's not here either, so maybe I broke it off before and forgot. That could be, but this used up. I could see myself repurchasing this again because I did really like the shade and the formula, so not mad about that. And then last but not least, this fragrance by Sol de Janeiro in 71. I actually have a backup of this that I'm using currently. I could totally see myself using one more up in this period of 2 months, but this one is used up and it's the only fragrance so far. Ooh, now let's get into all the things that are on my face. If you want to see like a get ready with me with these products, then please let me know. I'm gonna put this box away before everything drops. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. Oh my god, why can't my head not think in songs? Okay, Bondi Sands Phase SPF. I only had this for like a week, so like, okay, let me explain my project pen here. I took something out of every category. In some categories, more than one thing. I'm not saying that I will use all of these up, but I'm gonna focus on them to try and use them up. But a lot of these, like I'm very far away on panning, so I might pan them before the end of the year, but not before the end of the two month mark. But that is kind of what I'm focusing on right now. And I forgot something, so one sec. Okay, so we're back. I'm ready to start. And also, yes, I put lip gloss on. Okay, so Bondi Sands Face SPF. I will be using this every single day, so I might use it up before the end of the year. Then we have two primers actually, because I have the Sephora Care primer, but this, as you might be able to tell, and there's still a lot of air in that, but if I just squeeze everything out, this is how far I am with this one. So I probably will be using that up in like the coming weeks. And I also have the e.l.f. Blemish Fighting Putty Primer, which, as you might be able to tell, I've also used quite a bit already. So I'm hoping to use both of these up before the end of the year, and maybe both of them even for the 2 month mark. Then we have the Essence Skin Loving Concealer. Most of the time I go through a concealer every half a year, and I have been using this before, so I guess we're gonna see if I get to it on time. Also, it's not that I'm not gonna pan any other product if I'm close to it, but this is just, as I said, my focus products. And I also decided to put a cream bronzer, highlighter, and blush in here. The cream bronzer I'm gonna try and pan is the ColourPop Super Shock Bronzer in Get Sandy. This is what that looks like. I have a little dent going on, and I could totally see myself using this up. I'm wearing the Bondi Sands one, this primer and this concealer, and obviously the bronzer as well. For blush, I'm wearing the Nudestix Nudies Matte Luxe in Rosy Posy, and this is one of those mini sticks, and there's not too much product in there, so I thought I could use this up. Also because it's a very like convenient everyday shade. And then we have a highlighter stick, and this I'm not going to use up, but it's in here to focus on. This is the Winx, I believe it was the Darcy one, but it doesn't say anywhere. But this is so much product, but it does look very nice on my skin. I know it's kind of like green shifting, but for some reason, like I have it on today and I don't think you can notice because it for some weird reason blends into my skin quite nice. So, oh, I have this here, but like I mix my own foundations in here. So yes, I'll use this up, but then I'll refill it again. So. And then we have, are we going to do powder products now? Yeah, we are. Oh, sorry. I know I'm going to finish up 2 face powders, at least by the end of the year, but probably sooner, because this is the other powder I was talking about, is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. By the way, Catrice has like that matte powder which is also really great in the shade banana. But this is what that looks like. As you can see, I only have a very little bit left. So I'm currently using this for under the eyes because getting it on a big brush is kind of hard. So I put it on a smaller brush to put it under the eyes, and then I already started using this for the rest of my face, which is the NYX HD, the one that I already used up. There's a big chance I will use this up too, because I powder my face every day. That's just the way I like to do my makeup, so that means I go through them every once in a while. Okay, this bronzer has 20 grams of product in here. Like, for reference, this has 8. A putty bronzer has like 4, 5. So to have 20 grams is a lot. And this is the Bronze This Way by Essence. So just for reference, I'm not going to use this up, but I did make a little dent. I don't know if you can see. So I'm just going to keep using this, and I think it looks quite nice on my skin tone right now. So I don't really bronze throughout the year, so I can use this year round. And it's just the bronzer I'm going to be using for the coming few months, because I don't really switch my bronzer up that much. And if I do, I most of the time switch back quite quickly. I have 2 blushes, not because I think I can use up 2 blushes, because I know I would get bored by one blush. This doesn't mean I'm not going to be reaching for any of my other blushes, but the focus will be on these. I have this Catrice Pure Hibiscus blush. The lid fell off, and also this is super old, but this was my focus product I think a year ago, and I didn't finish it, but I feel like I can, because there are 6 grams of product in here, and that's an average amount, but I have used it quite a lot before, and it's kind of a watercolor thingy. So as you can see, it comes off quite light. I'm wearing it today. You can build it up, but as you can see, you can use quite a lot before it becomes too much. So that's why I chose this one, because I thought, maybe we can pan that. And then let's clean up my finger with this very charming toilet paper. Yeah, I know, you guys. We have the Bare Minerals Bronzer, because this is a lot darker, so this is not like a one that I can like build up. But first of all, how gorgeous is this? Second of all, summer is coming around, and I like a good glowy bronzer, blush, I mean. Third of all, this only has 3.8 grams of product, so I was like, alright. And I really enjoy using this, so I think this might be one that for the end of this year I'll use up, maybe, if we can keep up, but who knows. I might throw in the towel like halfway through, so no. For highlighters, we have this old guy, and if you've ever, did I ever do a product pan video before? I tried hard. This is the Color Rain Luxurious Bling, but because Color Rain closed down, I'm gonna give it one more shot. This is how far I am. As you can see, that's quite far, but also there's a lot left. And the only thing that really bothers me with this one, because it's a beautiful highlight, it's sort of a translucent base with like an orangey shift, but the only problem I have, sorry, I put it over the blush, so that's why it looks like that. It sometimes can have like a gray cast when I apply too much, which makes it not too easy to use up, because you have to be careful with the amount you use and stuff like that. So we'll see. I used that today, by the way, especially on my cheeks, because why is this piece of my hair being so weird? It's annoying me, sorry. I'm also wearing the Dior Rose Gold Backstage Quad. I don't think a lot of high-end makeup is worth your money. I think highlighters is a category where there's a lot of good products. High-end, this is one of them, definitely. So today I used this and then a little bit of this under the eyes, but as you might be able to tell, I have like you can't really read the Dior letters anymore, and I've had this for like only half a year or something. I'm a big fan of this one, and because I'm such a big fan and I don't mind using it every single day, which doesn't really happen to me very often when it comes to blush and highlighters, I like to switch things up because I love the versatility of the colors you get in here and the formula. I thought, why not throw it in here? On to the last product. Okay, mascaras. Mascara you're supposed to like switch around every 3 months. This I've used like almost like I think I've used it more than 3 months. I've used this more than 3 months, but I'm gonna try and keep using it because I like it so much. But at some point, I'm gonna have to say goodbye to this because it's gonna be old and crusty. And then we have the Essence Lash Princess, the brown one. And I'm using this quite a lot as of recent, and I've had it for like a month. So I thought 1 month, two, three makes sense. So I hope to use these up. Also, brows. This I don't think I'll use up, but I know I have. This is, by the way, Catrice Brow Powder Set. Waterproof. Waterproof. Don't know about that. By Catrice in the shade 10. But I have one of these laying around somewhere that I have much bigger of a dent in. So I don't think that I'll use that up before the 2 month mark, but I do think I will. Sorry, a friend of mine is named Mark, so I'm gonna like, sorry, okay, focus. But I do think I might be able to use the other one, not this one, but the other one, exactly the same, up before the end of the year. So for lip products, I don't really know because I'm on a journey. I hope you guys like what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do a like shorts and TikTok kind of videos where I battle two of my lipsticks against one another and then again and then again until I have one favorite lipstick that I know is my favorite like left. I'm not gonna declutter anything, but like I'm gonna have one lipstick that is my favorite. Um, and I'm gonna do like short videos, and then I think I'm gonna do a lipstick ranking for every like in between lipstick that didn't make the cut, but sometimes you have two lipsticks that you really really love, and then you have two lipsticks that you're like mad about, and then maybe the winner of the matte category would still be lower than the loser of the like yay category, if this makes sense. But so I don't really have any lip products other than my Bondi Sands lip balm in vanilla, sweet vanilla. This has to be used up. It's old, it's crunchy. It's not crunchy, but it's kind of separating, so we need to be quick with this one. And I'm very close. Also, setting spray. This is not in the right bottle. This was a Catrice setting spray. But the spritzer broke. No, it didn't break. It was very, very aggressive. And this has quite of a nice spritzer, as you can tell, because it's such a nice spritzer. So I put it in here, and as we might be able to tell, I'm like halfway through, and this is a small bottle, so we'll use that up. And then, yes, I paint myself. I put not one, but two eyeshadow palettes in here. And you might think, this lady is crazy. And yes, I probably am, but you know what? Your girl likes a challenge. I still have a lot of new products and palettes that I still haven't used, or, well, I have used them. Yeah, I've used them, but I still haven't used as many times as I would want. But if I don't know what to wear, and if I'm not reaching for a specific product, I'm gonna be reaching for these. That's what I decided on. So I don't need to like use some hardcore, although I will at sometimes. But I chose these two basically because I have kind of like a pan in both products already. So you can see I have a pen right here. This is the MUA Undress Me Too palette. This has mostly shimmers and satins. It has a black matte, and that's the only shade that's truly matte. This is a satin which I can use as a matte, and this is a satin which can kind of be used as a matte. This is a lot more glowy than you'd expect from the pan. But I thought this has some very good mattes to go with this. And also like the satins in here kind of go with this. So I'm going to use these two. This is the Mini Star by Natasha Denona. This used to be my focus palette for some time as well. I have hit like an mini pan in here, as you can maybe see. And also all of these shimmer shades from both palettes are going to be able to be what? I'm going to be able to wear them with bronzer as a crease shade. So even if like all the mattes are gone, I still can use these shadows, try and use them up. So these are going to be the palettes I'm going to try and use up. And that's it. I might eventually add some new products in, take some products out if I really realize this is not going to work. So I might do some updates. Also update you on what products I used up. If you're interested in seeing these types of videos more often, please let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, all of that stuff. Let me know if you're interested in this big like lipstick thing that I told you about, if you want to see them for liquid lipsticks and for lip glosses as well, because I'm very much willing to do that. And stay tuned for all the videos I'm gonna upload soon, because I have a lot of ideas. Now I just have to find the time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.